Hey guys, what's going on? Coming back at you with some more altered art cards. My friend over at We Alters, he has a Facebook page. I will link it in the description box below. I showed you some of his work before. If you need a reminder, here's his Joda Archmage Eternal, the Thanos one. Just spectacular. Absolutely love it. He also did some other ones here. More recently, he did Squee the Immortal. He did a James Bond one. He did a Hulk Hogan one. He also did an Ash Ketchum one. He also did a Hamlet one. So there's a lot of humor here behind Squee the Immortal. He's kind of the adventurer now. Goes to all these costume parties and does his own thing. But he just did one personally for me, which was really cool because all I did is just give him a demonic tutor. I think originally he was going to do a Hellboy altar for it. It looked really cool. It was in the style of the comic, which is what he seems to be really good at doing here. Comic book inspired artwork. But he did one by request for me, and I wanted him to do The Crow, which is one of those weird movies from a long time ago that not a lot of people know about. It's also based off the comic, but most people know the movie. I just thought it looked really cool. You have the Crow. It's kind of the tutor, demonic tutor. I don't know. It's one of those old movies that I really enjoy because I think the first time I watched it, I was just a kid. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I just saw some guy crawl out of his grave, paint his face, run across rooftops, and then just start killing people. So really crazy for someone like me, a little kid at the time, watching this around Halloween, not really understanding what was going on. But I was interested, really interested in the story. Turned out to be quite the emotional story. Also, a lot of comic relief in there, so it's not all depressing. There's a lot of good acting mixed in with some really bad acting, but I think that's the beauty of the film. It's not perfect. And also, hey, I mean, you have Bruce Lee's son in it, which not a lot of people know that he had a son and that he died in 1993 in pretty much the same way that he died. But yeah, the Crow's just badass as far as comic book characters go. I mean, Spider-Man, Batman, they're a dime a dozen. You always know how they play out, but with the Crow is just sort of sad and depressing. It's like a revenge film, really. Goes around, kills people. He's an anti-hero. It's kind of bittersweet about the film. Is that like Brandon Lee? The Crow was there for a moment and then he's gone, and it's very emotional. The quotes aren't very powerful, but they're still decent quotes. I'm not saying The Crow's the best movie ever, but it's really underrated. I don't think enough people know about it, so if you haven't seen it yet, go see it, especially for October, Halloween. If you're into watching some good films, if you just want to binge watch some of them. It's really cheesy, but I enjoy it. It's kind of gothic, and I like stuff that has that kind of hard gothic edge to it because not a lot of people are comfortable with it. I like it. But this altar just looks really cool. I think this was actually fan art that I found on the internet, and I just sent him a picture. I was like, hey, could you do this? And he did it. And I mean, it's black and white. It's very much representative of the movie. It took away a lot of the saturation in the film, so it looks very spooky, very eerie, very gothic. And I absolutely love that about the film. But it works for the card. It works for Demonic Tutor because the Crow is basically his guide throughout the film. It's just so badass, and I absolutely love the movie. Thanks again, We Alters, for doing this for me. Go check him out. I think he'll still do requests for most cards. I don't know if he's going to do it for Demonic Tutor, but just ask just to be sure. If you like the Squeeze, I'm sure he'll probably do a lot of those. But yeah, he does a lot of cool stuff. He also has this Selvala Heart of the Wilds. I haven't seen this movie, but he said he really liked it. He also has this Sapphire Medallion again. I don't know what these movies are, but this artwork looks pretty good. Also, a Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale. Wow, this is crazy. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. Void here signing off. See you all next video.